Welcome to OreoOlive.com. As you know, Oreo and olives don't mix, but the abstract thought of putting those two words together has enlightened me to create a channel to discuss various topics. On today's episode, I wanted to talk about Father's Day and look at the statistical information and talk about that in terms of the different gifts that fathers get, as well as whether you see Father's Day ranking on the scale of all the holidays that we celebrate across the globe. So let's go ahead and dive right into it. So Father's Day, of course, as we know, is on the third Sunday in the month of June. And so on another one of my videos, I talked about a little bit about how Father's Day got started and some more information about statistical information and so forth. What I wanted to look at on today's episode is just basically bring a conversation to the table to talk about Father's Day in this sense. So when you look at Father's Day compared to Mother's Day, what you will notice is that Mother's Day has a lot of different gifts that would transpire out of that. And I would say that women most definitely would get more gifts throughout the year than men do. And here's why I say that. So when you look at birthdays, everybody's mostly is going to get something for their birthday. Then when you look at Christmas, if people celebrate that, they're going to get mostly gifts during that time. Valentine's Day is most definitely going to be something that the women are going to get gifts on. Now, when I looked at the statistical information, this is what I found. So with Mother's Day, the mothers typically were getting flowers more than anything, hands down, first. But what you have to take into consideration is that not only were they getting flowers, but they were also as well getting the opportunity of being taken out to eat at some establishment. Now, on the flip side, the dads, according to the statistical data, showed that the number one gift that dads get during Father's Day is a meal ticket, meaning they're going to get taken out to eat at some establishment to dine with their family. Now, down underneath that, on the second category, was going to be around tools and hardware like hammers, drills, things like that. The third thing that dads were more likely to get was going to be clothes, meaning they were going to get most definitely a tie and probably a shirt. Very rarely have I seen the men get a full outfit, but growing up, I can remember, and this is all making sense, but growing up, I can remember during Father's Day, like my granddad will always get, of course, we'll go out to eat, and then they would get a tie, and I even remember getting them a tie one year myself, so I definitely can understand. But being a dad, now I understand that during Father's Day, the fathers don't necessarily get the gifts that they were hoping to get, but getting the gifts that people were just going to give to them anyway, whether they liked it or not. And it can be a terrible gift. It could be an ugly tie, but the dads are still going to get it. Now, with women, on the other hand, they're going to get gifts that's going to be more tied to probably something that they're going to wear. So it's going to circle around jewelry for the most part. It's going to circle around clothing and things like that. But men is kind of like, it almost feels like, do anybody care what the men get during Father's Day? Now, I will probably say no, people probably don't. But what's funny about it is it's like during that one time of the year, the men get their number one gift is always getting taken out to eat. But then during every other holiday, the men typically are going to pay for the meal if they are married and have a significant other. So I want you all to definitely post in the comments below what you think about those different scenarios and those different statistical pieces of information, because I didn't make it up. This is just things that I observed as a kid, and then it was things that I now see as a father. So I'm speaking on it from growing up, of what I seen towards, like my grandfather, and also I'm speaking towards what I would see as being a father right now. And the information, of course, is going to vary across the board because some people may or may not have their father around. But Father's Day should definitely be more than the gifts and the celebration of the dads and the hard work that they put in, especially not only within the home, but within society itself. So, aside from all that, when I looked at the numbers and the statistical information, stats don't lie. And these stats were around 2020, so they're about 2 years old, so it's about due for those to be done again. And it looked at it across the board, across races. It wasn't specifically focused on one particular demographic, but it was more along focused over the entire spectrum. And so what I want to do is I'm going to definitely ask just some random people just out in the blue about what was their typical Father's Day gift that they were likely to receive from their family or their spouse, because I really want to know what dads were getting, what are they receiving, and so forth. Because if we can see this information, we can most definitely pay attention to the statistical information. The numbers are going to tell us, they're going to point us in the right direction, because it's one thing that out of the information that they put up, that they dished out, it was only a few percentage of people that actually voted and gave their input. So they take that information, so they can say 90% of people will say this. But if they only interview, say, 4,000 people, it's going to be whatever the 90% of the 40 or the 40 or 4,000 people. So you got to also understand how the stats play with that. Now, the dads out there, definitely hope you have an awesome Father's Day. I just wanted to bring the topic to the table. And once again, the question that I'm asking is, what do you think will be the top 5 gifts that dads are likely to receive on Father's Day? Please post the information below in the comments. Like, listen, and subscribe. OrioOlive.com. Look forward to talking with you all soon.